about moving to Corvallis and are wondering about the overall cost of living in the area, then this video is for you. Hey, I'm Tyler Thomas with eXp Realty, and I'm a realtor here in the Mid-Willamette Valley. I do videos on different topics about the cities in our area. I spent most of my life here in the Corvallis area. I grew up in Willamette, just to the west, so I know this area as well as the surrounding areas very well, and it's a great place to live. Corvallis is a really great city located in the Willamette Valley, now primarily in a region called the Mid-Willamette Valley, and it's along the Willamette River. The best college town in the Pac-12, or whatever we're going to end up calling this soon. And it's home to Oregon State University. Go Beavers. Now I'm going to be covering things like housing, so renting and buying in the region, also expenses like transportation and utilities. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the top is housing. Corvallis is just an expensive place to live when compared to other cities in the area. Also, being home to a big D1 university, it can kind of be more on the small side when compared to others. But that's also kind of a pro for a lot of people, as the city kind of has also a smaller town feel for having such a big university. But in also being a university town, that's going to make the renting and buying of a home just more expensive. Corvallis is above the national average for just overall cost of living, and some of the cities I'm going to be comparing stats to are Salem, Portland, and Eugene. Here on the screen now, you can see some of the median home prices of these different cities, so you can kind of see where Corvallis lands compared to these. So there's some of the information about buying a home in Corvallis. Now let's get on to renting. So with Corvallis being a college town, you're going to have a lot of rental homes as well as a lot of apartments. And the overall affordability for these rentals compared to buying a home, sadly, isn't going to be much better. The smaller the rental is, the more on par it is with the national average of a rental price. And the larger the rental is, the more of a discrepancy there's going to be. Here you can see the average cost of a 2-bed is going to be around $1,420 to $1,430, and a 4-bedroom is going to be around $2,400. A lot of the information I'm going to be pulling from is from bestplaces.net. So in the description down below, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link where you can go ahead and check this all yourself. So after looking at all this, you're going to want to go ahead and look at the numbers and kind of see what might actually fit your best needs. Now we're moving on to utilities. So when looking at activities, you're looking at things like your electric bill, natural gas, and Corvallis is actually well under the national average. Both Corvallis and actually Portland, for an example, are both nearly 20% lower than the national average. Now this could actually be in part due to our mild climate we have. When we do get the winter, it's not normally those horribly harsh winters where you just get feet of snow and it's always in like the teens or the negatives. We just don't get that. We'll all the times get lows in those 30s, 20s. Sometimes we get down to the teens. And if we do get snow, a lot of the times you're going to get like a light dusting. Now, sometimes we actually do get upwards of like 4, 5, 6 inches and stuff just, shuts down completely because we're not equipped for it. For summers, we're typically going to stay in the 80s. Now, we do go those 90 days when we do get up into the hundreds, which doesn't happen all that often. We're not really built for that. A lot of people just want to stay inside. A lot of people still don't actually have AC, so that could be another reason while some of these costs that we have for our overall utilities are still a little bit lower. I'm sure if we did see a lot more of those 100 days, that might change. Now we're going to talk about transportation. Corvallis is really good in this aspect, and it's set up in a way that allows people to get around town in many different ways. A great thing is you're able to actually really bike most anywhere. So for me, growing up in Willamette, there's a bike path that connects Willamette to Corvallis. I mean, it's super easy to just bike that area. You can even bike all the way on that same bike path to Avery, which will then take you if you want to go to the waterfront or Southtown. There are a lot of sidewalks as well as other pathways in town that allow you to get through different parts of town in just an efficient way. There are many different bike stores downtown, so if you're looking to buy or rent a bike, there's that option, and it's pretty popular in town. The transit system in Corvallis is actually really good, and they make it fairly easy to go ahead and get on a bus, and you can travel throughout the city fairly easy. And the best part of it all? It's free. The buses all have bike racks right along the front, so if you're biking, you find yourself in a situation, you can always go ahead and just toss your bike on the front. You got that option. Here you can see that Corvallis is actually the most affordable when comparing to Salem, Eugene, and Portland, Portland being the only one over the national average. So when compared to these other cities, Corvallis it is. Now when looking at where you want to live in town, that's going to go ahead and dictate what kind of transportation you might be trying to use. Now if you want to be downtown, you're going to probably have a little bit older but more expensive home. Since you're going to be at downtown kind of sought after location, you're going to be able to walk to a lot of different activities downtown, such as you've got different little theaters down there, you've got restaurants, and a lot of shopping. Now, if you're looking towards the more north side or west side of town, you're probably going to be looking towards more of the transit system or driving. And you're probably going to be looking at getting yourself into one of the more newer and bigger houses in the city. If you're looking towards Lewisburg, also the MLK Park area and Timber Hill area, you've got a lot of access to different hiking and biking trails. So if that's more your speed, there's an option for you. And really in Corvallis is a lifestyle option for everybody. Southtown, as well as the more southwest area town, is also where a lot of new building has been going on. Southtown's going to be a spot where you're going to be doing a lot more probably driving, since you're going to be actually trying to get into the more northern and midpoint of Corvallis for a lot of your shopping. Now there is shopping options for Southtown. There's not a lot of bigger options for the Safeways just in that central part. You've got the co-op as well as a few other options, but for the most part, most everyone just heads to the different parts of Corvallis. Southwest side, you're going to have the Safeway there, as well as a few little different stores in that area. You got Bi-Mart. You're going to have a lot of good walking trails. So you're going to have that trail that goes from Willamette to Avery area. Starker Arts and Sunset Park are popular spots to go ahead and do a little walking. You're going to go through Starker Arts Park for that bike path. But that's going to be the way you want to go for a lot of your biking and stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to be kind of more in a busy traffic area. Most people in that area are going to use the transit and driving. So there you have it. There's the cost of living in Corvallis. When comparing it to other cities in our area, it does have its more expensive aspects, but it also has its strong points. Corvallis really is a great city, and having grown up nearby, it does have a lot going for it, and is a great community. Again, I'm Tyler Thomas with EXP Realty, and I'm doing mainly videos focused on the Mid-Willamette Valley, as I've grown up in the area, and I really want to showcase it. If you have any kind of questions about Corvallis and the surrounding areas, and you're looking to visit, buy, sell, invest, or even rent, go ahead and reach out. My information is in the description below. You can reach me by email, text, call, also my website. And if you're looking for more information between Salem to Eugene and everything in between, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll be glad to be your local resource for all your real estate needs.